surrendering to life, the supreme goddess. But who can do that? Who can surrender? This me, which I think I am as an individual, is in a play of me and mine. All is in relation with me, my friend, me and my friend, me and my family, me and my house, me and my property, me and my expectation, me and my fear, me and my desires. So me is in this play of duality in time and space, which is nothing wrong at all. It's an expression of life. It's nature. The only thing which is very big is to realize that I am not the one who thinks is lost in that game. The one who is lost in that game tries by all means to escape this prison, depending on others, depending on circumstances, outer objects. So surrendering to life is to realize that I am not that one who is separate, that me. I am that who is seeing that. It's a seeing which is not personal. It's consciousness which is undifferentiated. This we can call surrendering to life. Life as what I am, as this being which is not in time and space, which is always in peace, in joy, happiness, because it's not lost in that. So surrendering to life is surrendering to this aspect which is absolute being, the self, which I am. And surrendering to life is also to the expression of life, which is the movement in time and space expressed through the body-mind as a human being, which is the human part of human being, and the other part is being, which is not doing anything, which is not in time and space, which is free. So the experience of a human being has these two aspects. Being is absolute, or Shiva, or being, the self, and human is Shakti, the expression, the energy. So if I try to free myself from within the field, the play of energy, of manifestation, it will never work. It will work temporarily, maybe for a few minutes or few millions years. As they say in the Indian mythology, even God and goddess, not the absolute, are also part of this play, and they're also bound to, they have also a beginning and an end. It can be millions of years, but it's still depending on this time and space and of the experience. So the absolute freedom which I am is that being which is not doing. So when this is seen, There is no conflict between being and doing, because there are two aspects, this Shiva Shakti play. So it's seen as a dance, it's experienced as a dance where there is no one to dance. Not really an individual, as we think, we experience, is lost in this dance, who has to manage, control everything, to go over his fear, over his limitation. So it's a dance which is not always fluid, because of this one in between who think he is doing, controlling, but in truth, anything does me control in the human body experience. Millions of cells, digestion, even the thinking process is happening by itself. Thought come, I leave my seat of consciousness, I go there in the thought, grasp the thought as and say, I think. So whatever I grasp, whatever thought I grasp, is already a movement, as a separate me who jumps there, and being lost in the play of opposite thoughts. In one part of me I think like that, another one like this. So this schizophrenia of the human experience is due to that, following this and then following that. Who am I in the middle of all that? How can we find a real happiness? It's not possible, because it's depending on external factors. Even what is inside, the conditioning, is also external to the being which I am, which is not in time and space. So when we say, oh, stay here, mean stay in this beingness, which is absolutely still and happy, enjoy to be what it is, and has no problem, no conflicts with the dance of energy, of life. So that's the only freedom which can satisfy our soul, our supreme soul, not a separate soul which is living from one body to another and always in quest for new adventure. It's not about this separate soul, which in truth is an astral body. It's not what is leaving the body, is not the soul. It is a subtle body with what I again am identified, and I travel from plane to plane and think I have to free myself. So at whatever level, any identification is an identification. So I'm not talking about this, which is not the soul. The soul is one. There is only one soul, and that's what I am. That's the self, absolute being, or God, absolute consciousness, whatever name, doesn't matter. If we don't like the name God for people who are disturbed, just realize it's just a word of three letters, G-O-D. Whatever I project on this word is my own condition, my own wounds. If I realize that I'm free from all that, no words are disturbing that what I am. So you can call it by anything, but it is beyond words anyway. So no words can define that. Yes. So this dance is nothing wrong at all when it is realized through that perspective, this absolute perspective, perception, absolute perception, which is not a divided perception where there is an identification with any part of that. So that subtle, most subtle being that you are is so subtle, simple, which It doesn't depend on anything, on any power. It's absolutely untouchable. So the more this is realized, this light is shining and showing its whole glory within the dance of life. So that's what we mean by surrendering to life, the Supreme Goddess, which is more a feminine aspect expressed in a feminine way. Sometimes you use more the male expression, like the Sadguru. In India we use this word, which means a master, which appears to be a physical master, but in truth the master has no form, it is life itself. So it can be seen as a male principle or as a female principle. They are both just some way of describing it. And none is absolute truth, it's just some description. Like in Kashmir Shivaism, they use more this Shiva Shakti. So, Shakti is the expression, the divine goddess. So surrendering to the life, to the divine goddess, is to realize that I don't exist as a separate entity, and life is so free. There is nothing to fear, nothing to control, because I'm not in it. So, and I, as that absolute being or Shiva, I have nothing to do, and that's what my soul wants, to do nothing, to be in peace, to enjoy. And then the expression of what I am, Supreme Goddess, is doing all. Why should I worry about anything? So that is love, this inner marriage between these two aspects of what I am, the unmanifested and manifested. So there is no need to worry about anything. It's just a divine play, and I wish you to enjoy that play in the best way. Thank you for listening. You can like the video, you can subscribe to the channel, and I will see you very soon. Namaste.